Hello, YouTube. Well, with 3 months of experience carrying around the Kimber K6S and the Kimber K6XS, I've formulated some opinions and I've got some stuff to say on these. And let's get started. I'm Dr. Tactical, and the doctor will see you now. Welcome back to the channel. And those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, please, by all means, hit that thumbs up and like button. And I hope you subscribe. Those of you who are returning and haven't had the opportunity to subscribe, please do so. Those of you who have already subscribed, please do not hit the subscribe button because that actually unsubscribes you. Don't worry, all guns, as I'm pointing them around, are safety checked and cleared. And also hit that notification bell, which will let you know when more videos are released. Okay, so today we have a fairly brief video, and what I want to do, I've been about 3 months in on these two guns. I've got the Kimber K6S and the Kimber K6XS. This one's 3-inch, the S is 3-inch, the XS is 2. And this is, gonna, like I said, going to be a fairly short video, which is impressive because we're even going to throw in a quick word from our sponsor first. This is what I used to look like to predators in the cyber world. Completely defenseless and just there for the pickings. That all changed once I signed up with Aura. Aura adds protection, defense. Aura protects my personal information. It protects my identity. It also blocks the sale of my information from information brokers who would sell it to spammers and scammers. And as a result, I get way less phone calls, way less emails, and I feel very protected. So Aura is a sponsor of today's episode, and they are offering my viewers and their family a 2-week free trial. Please take advantage of it. The link is down in the description. See what you think. See if you have the same experience I did. It starts right away. As soon as you sign up with it, you'll notice the difference. Okay, so today we've got the tale of two Kimbers, the Kimber K6XS and the Kimber K6S. Both guns unloaded and safety checked. I am going to screw up the names on these guns, but you know what they look like, and it's easy to tell the difference because the K6XS has a 2-inch barrel, the K6S has a 3-inch barrel and a wooden grip. I should point out this one has a rubberized grip. And that's important, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. I just want to discuss what I've seen over the 3 months that I've had the opportunity to shoot these guns. Let's talk first about the K6XS. I have 0 negatives on this gun. I have loved it from the moment I first pulled the trigger in the gun shop. It is a nice staging trigger, so even though it's hammerless, when I pull back, so it's double action only, obviously, but when I pull back, I can stage the cylinder and it becomes a single action. And I can do it very consistently. It's very tactile. So if you want to take the time to do, again, safety checked, and I don't have a cameraman, so nobody sweat this. But if I take this and I stage it, and I can sit there and take a very refined shot, or if I need to just do the double action, perfect. This gun has shot flawlessly. I've shot regular ball 38. I've shot hollow point defensive loads. I've shot the plus Ps. This thing is just fired like a champ, and this rubberized grip absorbs nicely. And I love this gun, and we'll talk about carrying it in a minute. In the store, when I picked up the K6XS, as I said, I fell in love with it immediately. But I kind of wanted a 357. And that is only rated up to, or not rated, it will only fit up to 38 special, but will handle the 38 special plus P. Well, as I'm looking at it and deciding that I'm going to buy it, there was no doubt in my mind. The salesman came up to me and said, you know, we also have the K6S. Well, this is a 357. Now, this is the 3-inch, which is still very carryable. And I really was impressed with this as well. It's the exact same trigger. exact same trigger. Look how you can just sort of stage it and stage it. Same thing. Oh, and this has much nicer sights, much more refined sights. And you can stage, make it into a single stage, or fire quickly, hold 6 rounds of 357, and is roughly the same size package, pretty much, except this is stainless steel. This is a heavier gun than the XS. The XS is much lighter. So I fell in love with this. All right, so both guns have fired approximately 200 rounds. A myriad of ammo has gone through the XS. I would say 3/4 of what I've fired through the K6S have been 357. Now, one thing about this is this has a wooden grip, and all of my other revolvers have rubberized grips. And I have to tell you that this wooden grip is actually one of the selling features to me. It felt so good. When he showed it to me, I thought, maybe I'll come back and look at that. And then I held it, and I'm like, I'll take this too. Because this grip just felt wonderful. It's smooth. I do not know what it is. I've Googled multiple different ways to find out, with the K6S, what it comes with. And this is how it came, I'm assuming, from the factory. This is how the gun shop sold it to me. I think it's walnut. I'm not sure. There's no checkering. It's just smooth, but it feels incredible. Feels really, really good. That's the plus. The negative is, since shooting it, I have noticed that this area in back, where this metal used to be contiguous with the wood and perfectly smooth, because I will tell you right now, Kimber is nothing if not meticulous when it comes to finish. Both of these guns are finished so smoothly, and every detail has been addressed. I pointed out in a previous video, actually a couple previous videos, but this has recessed cylinder areas for each bullet to sink into, so when you close it, everything's sort of almost sealed completely. You can't, unlike most revolvers where you can sort of hold them up and see if they're loaded or not, you can't even tell in this because it's so it sits so flush with the back of the gun. You can tell by looking at it this way, though. Anyway, this is uncharacteristic. This is not how this was when I bought the gun, but through firing it, it's developed this little sharp edge in here. That's a problem. Now, I'm not fully complaining about it yet. I'm simply observing it right now. The reason I say I'm not complaining about it is it may not have been, specced down and tightened as it should have been, but that should be something I can rectify. It looks very straightforward. It's just a screw on here. I should be able to open this up, see if I can line it up, tighten it back down, because a seam has developed through the whole grip, just from the firing of the gun. So I'm going to see if that's something I can easily rectify. If it's not, then I will reach out to Kimber and I will let you guys know I'll let you know if I'm able to fix it myself, or if how Kimber handles this situation. So that's my one strike against this gun. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is just carrying these things day to day. So I purchased this DeSantis, well, it's not a DeSantis. This is a Kimber holster, but it's made by DeSantis, and you can buy it from DeSantis. And this holster is tuckable, which is kind of nice. And I like leather holsters. I'm a fan of leather holsters. But the problem is that this is really a crappy connection to the belt. This little plastic thing, this clip, when you go to draw, it's all over the place. No matter how much you tighten this down, just very, very disappointing. So I do have this Garrison pocket holster, which actually does a very nice job of fitting in my pocket and sort of letting it blend in. 3 inches is a little bit big, though, for a pocket carry. Now, same thing with the K6XS, which is the 2-inch. The 2-inch fits, obviously, in the 3-inch. The holster can hold the 3-inch. And as far as walking around, comfort and everything, this is fine. When it comes to drawing, this thing is bad. And it's not the leather retention on it. It's just the flexibility and the instability of this clip. Yeah, you can say clip in those terms. Okay. This fits beautifully. 2 inches is a great pocket gun. This thing fits in the pocket beautifully and just sort of goes away in this holster. Does a nice job of breaking it up. However, pocket space is valuable to me. I carry a lot of stuff in my pockets. And once I put a gun in the pocket, I really don't. Sometimes I'll put like a knife or something just to break up the image, the printing of it, but I will never use it. I won't go in there for it. Pretty much once I have a gun in the pocket, my hand doesn't go in that pocket unless I'm going for this. So if you put it in the pocket, you just lost the pocket. So I received an email from Harry's Holster, and they said, "Hey, we've been watching the channel. We see you're using some Kimbers. Would you be interested in trying our holster?" I said, "Yeah, please send me a 3-inch revolver holster, for the Kimber." And they said, "We don't make a 3-inch. We only make a 2-inch." I was like, I really want a 3-inch, but go ahead, send it to me. So they sent it to me, and they sent it to me with no strings attached. I could talk about it. I could not talk about it. I could say positive things. I could say negative things. So the negative is I really wanted a 3-inch because that would let me use it on both guns. However, as a rule, I usually like, especially guns that I really am impressed with the finish, I like the leather finish or leather holsters. But I have to tell you, this holster is spectacular. This little Harry's holster, they have a very different type of wing. It's not, or claw, or whatever you want to call it. It's not like the ones that I have for a lot of my semi-autos. This is more subtle, but it does an excellent job of just tucking that grip into me. And it's very comfortable. And, as a revolver, it doesn't sit as sharp into my gut. It just sort of rolls in, blends in nicely. It's softer. And this holster plays into that. It's very comfortable. And now my pockets are free, which I do appreciate. A 2-inch is a perfectly acceptable pocket gun, and that's very comfortable too. But if I want my pockets, this is really nice. This is the nicest holster I've tried so far. I just wish they'd make a 3-inch because I really would like to carry the K6 once I get the grip situation fixed, which we'll talk about later or another episode. That's it. That's all I have to talk about today. Thank you for watching. I'm Dr. Tactical. Dr. Tactical, out.